4:18. It is Wednesday, so at least you're halfway through the work week. And as promised, we talked about that warm up and we made it above freezing finally this week, Matt.
So nice. And does it make a difference when you're as cold as we have been? Yes, it does.
That 35 was everything.
Yeah.
We needed that for a second. We won't get to 35 today. We've got a couple more cold days, but next week 40s and maybe some 50s. We'll do even better.
Okay.
How about that?
Love that.
Looking a lot better. You probably saw a lot of melting yesterday, at least on some parking lots where there was kind of little leftover snow patches. A lot of those melted. Of course, there's still a lot of snowpack out in the fields and the grass, and there's still a few inches of snow depth at the Indianapolis airport, but I think a lot of that is going to melt next week. All of it, I don't know. We'll have to see. Usually the big piles that you see still there at Meijer and Kroger and Walmart, they're going to take several weeks to melt because they are caked in ice. Today, we're starting off chilly depending on where you are. I mean, everyone's cool, but we have a mix of 20s and teens. There's been a cloud blanket sitting overhead, but there have been some breaks in it. And where we've had some of the breaks, like Bloomington, for example, we've really plummeted our temperatures down to 10 right now around Monroe County, down to 17 in Richmond. It's 24 here in the city, 23, good morning, in Muncie. Things are pretty quiet other than some clouds sitting overhead. A couple flurries in northern Indiana. I think we're safe from those. There's another clipper system just passing off to our north and east. We don't have to worry about that. When you look in the middle of the country, just some kind of leftover snow showers and rain showers. Those will all dissipate, so I'm not worried about those. Here's our next system. There's going to be a warm front that comes in for tomorrow. Not really bringing warmer air, just kind of a slight wind direction change. The warm front could bring us some snow flurries Thursday. And then the cold front, could bring some snow showers, a little bit steadier, possibly at times, maybe a few more slick spots on Friday. So that's our next system, but it's still pretty much in Canada still. But it's moving quickly because it's going to follow that jet stream, come right towards Indiana by tomorrow. But today, honestly, it's kind of a quiet and boring day. Not a problem at all. We're going to start off mostly cloudy, and we'll have some sun breaks out there. Expect, I think, a little bit more sunshine as the day goes on. We may not go completely clear, but I do think we'll get a lot of sun breaks as well. So later this afternoon, we should top out somewhere in the mid and upper 20s for us. You're going to see a mix of sun and clouds here on Future Track 13, but that's pretty much all we're going to be watching. I mean, temperatures will try to rebound a little bit depending on how much sun that you can get. We may kind of have a big difference in temperatures just depending on who's getting some shade and who's getting a little bit of sun, but expect some partly cloudy skies. This evening, if you are headed out, maybe spending some time with the family, going out to dinner, maybe you're headed to some practices, events, different meets and games, and we'll be quiet out there. Temperatures back to the teens by about 8 o'clock. Then we move to Thursday. We're going to be watching the first wave of some snow showers pass on by. Not a big deal, a couple flurries for us. But then on Friday, I think with the cold front, it'll have a better shot of some snow showers and expect some scattered light snow throughout the day. There could be some slick spots in areas across central Indiana. So we'll be watching that. That's later this week. After that, we do get a quick cool down, and then we start steadily warming up. Coming up, I'll show you the long range forecast to see possibly, Julia, how warm we could get later next week.
All right, thank you, Matt. Well, much of the Midwest and Southeast, we've been dealing with